It's areas like this in the lawn where this method becomes very efficient. It tastes so fresh. I'm at one of the properties I service, and I wanted to take a minute to show how I edge with a Weedeater, because I prefer using Weedeater edge over a stick edger. I've used both. I think Weedeater, if you're good at it and proficient, which takes a little bit of time, can leave as good or better quality edge. I know people get worked up about this, but I've been using a Weedeater edge for over 6 years, and it leaves an awesome quality if you know what you're doing. Now, it is easy to fall out of the groove. It is easy to mess things up a little bit. So if you're training employees, I think a stick edger is the way to go. It's just a lot easier to train somebody on a stick edger. You say, hey, here, put that in the crack, walk with it, you know, and you're not gonna mess up. It is more expensive in my opinion for the blades versus Weedeater string, and how much string you use. It all depends. Some people use more string than others. The better you get at it, the more often that you do it, you'll use less string. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a short video and kind of show how I use a Weedeater to edge my properties. I have the Echo. It's the 2620. Doesn't really matter which one you have. They're all about the same, okay? They'll have string, they spin. And you know, the 2620 is powerful enough. I've got it to where it accepts attachments because I like being able to swap. Let's get into the weeding. So on the weed eating, what you'll notice is that the head actually spins a certain way, okay? It's not going to spin this way. So it's going to spin counterclockwise while I'm using it. Which means I want the string to lay into that crack that way. So as I'm going and I'm using it, I want the string to be rotating with that crack. Now the other thing is you can get into the way you hold it. When I have the 225, it doesn't have, it's got a different heat shield. This one gets real hot, so I can't rest my elbow on it anymore, but I used to hold it like this, and I would walk down the edge this way. Well, I guess if you're looking at the crack, it would be this way. You keep the string parallel with the crack, and you'd walk that way. And I would hold it like this, and that would give me a way to get back and not have the rocks flying straight in my face. By the way, if you think Echo guards are saving you from rocks in the face, you're poorly mistaken. They're nothing but a, you know, something to cut the string. So that's why I don't run a guard. I don't like it. That's a video in itself. Now, the way I hold it now, I generally hold it like this. I'll hold it somewhere on this handle. Okay, wherever it's comfortable, kind of wherever I grab, I can just toss it into that motion, into that spot. So I can go straight from weed eating, okay, I'm weed eating, boom, into edging, all right? It's that fast. Weed eating, edging. That's why I like it. It's very quick. So I would hold it this way. I would lock this arm in, and this arm's gonna give me where I wanna go, okay? So this arm, I'm tightening in real tight to my chest. It's gonna stay steady. I'm gonna press the trigger here. So I've got this on the back, which allows me to press the trigger. I hold that with my palm, and then I press the trigger. So you don't need to give full throttle. Like, if you have an edge, okay, we're looking at this, and you have an edge, it's this crack, right, that you're gonna follow. You don't need to be full throttle. You can kind of give it partial throttle. You don't need to be wah! That's when you use a lot of string. When the ground gets drier, you'll use a lot of string. You hit the concrete a lot, you use a lot of string. But if you just keep it in that crack and you kind of give it mid-throttle, it'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, and then I'm going to come back. So I'm going to edge this whole section, and I'm going to weed eat there. I'll just show you how quick it is. So I'm not going to pretend I would do more than that. That's generally how I would edge and weed eat it. I did hit the fence more than I generally would like to do, because normally I come in from the other direction, which allows me, bringing it back to my point, the way the string hits, when I was walking forward like that, with the string hitting it, it pulls you into the fence. Now, if I come down the other way, I'm actually catching the back side of it, and it's not necessarily pushing me away, but I'm only hitting the tip of the string. This makes you want to pull in and actually keep you there. So that is a mistake, whatever. Now I'm going to blow this off, and I'm going to let you see how it looks. That way I can show you, okay? Okay, so this is after I've blown off, and you can see the edge is real nice, especially street view. Looks real nice, real sharp. You get the side profile of the grass. I actually like that a lot. And then you've got the groove. Now it is a bit wider than a stick edger. That's kind of this property. Some are real tight, some are real loose. It all depends. That just kind of is what it is. Some properties are different. Now I don't have any that are big gap, but this is about finger width gap, which is probably more than what most people are used to. But I think it looks real sharp from the street, okay? A lot of them are a lot smaller, probably 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And that side has a shadow, so you can kind of see this. And then, okay, so same thing over here. It's a nice tight edge, okay? So overall, I think this is one of the best methods for edging. It's not, like I said, extremely pristine every time. Sometimes you mess up. And if you're going through a learning stage, you might want to start on properties that don't have super nice grass. Basically, make sure the string is lined up in the edge, okay? We want the head vertical and parallel with the edge. Don't turn it off ways either ways. You want it straight down the line, all right? So this head is going to be straight down this line as you rotate. You don't want it cocked one way or the other. You want it straight in that groove, and that string's going to tuck in, and it's actually going to hold you there. Once you have a good groove, it's going to hold you, and your head's not really going to move one way or the other. It's just one of those things. The more practice you get with it, the better you get. Some people like stick edging, some people like weed eating. As I've said, I prefer this just because of not having to change out the different equipment. It allows me to give an awesome result and do it faster because I'm not going back and rewalking the same lines. I don't have to rewalk that edge and then weed eat down the fence. You know, like I do it all at once. So that's the biggest reason. When I started out, another thing is I didn't have the money to buy an edger. Okay, so I was forced to learn this method, and once I did, I got comfortable with that. And when I tried out a stick edger thinking, oh, this is going to leave a better result, I didn't like it. So with the Bermuda grass, in my experience, when I used a stick edger, it left more stragglers. I wasn't happy with those results. A weed eater generally doesn't do that. Once you pick up the techniques, it'll be real easy. Now, where it doesn't work real good is reestablishing an edge. You can slowly work your way back, but that's where I keep my stick edger, is for reestablishing an edge. Now, I'm not talking about regular mowing. I'm talking about like they had crabgrass and it's way over, and string's going to take forever to cut through that crabgrass. You can cut through that pretty quick with a metal blade. But again, like I said, I don't think a stick edger is any faster. I'm quick this way, okay? So here we are at another lawn that I have, and I'm going to show you again edging. And there's a few more techniques, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty that I'll remember when I'm going to edit this. But you can go backwards, you can be on either side of the grass. I think when you're first starting out, it's easier to be on the concrete side, looking at the edge of where you're going. If you went backwards, you would get a wider edge because your string bounces around more. That's why I say go with the way the head rotates, and that way it stays in groove better and it's tighter, okay? So if you have a guard on, it'll cut the string to the length you need, but if you don't have the guard, you'll be able to feel the vibration. You can hear the way the motor's running, whether it's bogging down or revving too high. So if it's revving real high, your string's short, you need to tap some more out. If it's bogging down, your string is too low, or I'm sorry, your string is too far out, you need to actually stop and rotate some in. So, you know, just as simple as snapping some in, There is another method I like to do where if I have it a little too long, I will actually use a concrete to grind some down. The other thing is that when you're doing this, you need to be conscious of where cars are at, windows, so don't do this towards French doors or anything of that nature. You want to make sure you're not shooting it out in the street really, and that comes down to throttling right, and then as well as direction. So being able to be on either side of the grass, go forward or backwards, whatever it might be. As you progress and you get better, you will become more adaptable and be able to use the method in a lot of different ways, okay? It's just one of those things that comes with time. On corners like this, where it's rounded, I actually like to do those on the inside, but because of the mailbox, I'm unavailable at this moment. So what I do is I normally go down the sidewalk, which you just saw a second ago, then I'm going to start back down, and I'm going to come around this edge. It's areas like this in the lawn where this method becomes very efficient. Instead of having to go out and swap for a new piece of equipment, get an edger, and go through the startup process and go through edging, and then hit those spots that I couldn't get with the edging and weed eat those. Instead, I'm able to just do it all at once. So it becomes really efficient that way. Overall, I hope this video helps you. And if you have some good techniques using the Weedeater edge, throw them down in the comments. And if you don't like using a Weedeater edge, tell me why. I'd love to know. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. I got to get back to work.